Number 10, we have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. With a messy divorce, Amber Heard exposed horrifying allegations about the couple's personal life behind closed doors. However, insiders said that the reality of the two's crumbling marriage was far more worse than what was described in court. As the two's marriage was falling apart, so was Johnny as he began to spiral downwards. While Johnny went from being everybody's favorite actor, many would have said that Johnny became dangerous and unpredictable. Then came Amber's article about the two's marriage, full of allegations and altercations. The article ruined Johnny's career and he lost huge role deals with Disney, one of those roles being his part in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Captain Jack Sparrow. This article would then later tarnish Johnny's career, and Johnny was depressed and just wanted to get his life back. Johnny would then later state the allegations were untrue and would take Amber to court for a defamation trial. Fortunately for Johnny, he was able to win the trial and is finally able to get back to what he loved doing the most, acting. However, unfortunately for fans, you won't see Johnny as your beloved Captain Jack Sparrow anytime soon in the film franchise. However, that won't stop him from dressing up to surprise his fans. Number 9. Demi Lovato and Joe Jonas. After beloved stars Demi Lovato and Joe Jonas split, Demi's world started to change. It's reported that the result of the breakup would cause Demi's downward spiral due to her broken heart. In 2010, when Lovato was on tour, the pair were still dating. However, during the two's breakup, they decided to stay friends until Joe started dating Twilight actor Ashley Greene. When Ashley started to tag along on the tour, it drove Demi nuts. Demi started to have a really hard time and started to have a severe anxiety over her image and body. When Demi tried to get help, no one listened and they just sent her back on tour to continue to perform, which would cause Demi later to fall and leave tour to check herself into treatment for emotional and physical issues. Demi would then later go on to say she doesn't want to blame anyone for her downfall, and the only one she could blame was herself for not being so honest. With no hard feelings, Demi also revealed that she will always be friends with her Disney co-star. Number 7. Amber Heard and Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne's current situation has reached an all-time high, and her family and friends are worried about her health and safety. Recently being spotted in an airport with no shoes and extremely disoriented, many have been quick to point out Cara's struggles can be linked back to her romantic involvement with Amber Heard. While being linked to Amber Heard since Amber was married to Johnny Depp, it appears that the two's connection is much more deeper and troubling than that. Not only were the two romantically involved, but they also were organizing a Hollywood swingers parties. While articles couldn't confirm Cara's involvement in these parties, there were pictures of the model that were posted showing that she attended these events. Many have pointed out that since alcohol and substances were involved with these parties, that Amber Heard is the reason Cara was hooked on hardcore substances at these parties. What didn't make matters any better for the star's situation was her name getting dragged into Johnny Depp's and Amber Heard's trial. After a video was shown of the two displaying PDA in an elevator while Amber was still with Johnny Depp. There's no way to know how much this affected Cara, but it definitely didn't have a positive effect on her either.
And at number 7, the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian and Larsa Pippen were close friends for over a decade, until the Kardashian sisters suddenly unfollowed Larsa on Instagram, leaving everyone wondering what happened. Larsa dished about the situation during an interview on the Hollywood Raw podcast. She spoke out saying that she and Kim have a very different relationship now and exposed some of the family drama that she's been a part of. Larsa said that Kanye had been a huge part of why she and Kim were no longer friends, saying that he brainwashed the family into turning against her after she tried establishing boundaries in their friendship, and also exposed Khloe Kardashian for allegedly stealing Tristan away from her, with Larsa saying that she was seeing Tristan before he and Khloe got together. Apparently she's the person that introduced them in the first place. For now, the Kardashians have separated themselves from Larsa, and it's probably going to stay that way. And at number 6, Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were the best of friends at one point, practically inseparable. They also starred on hit reality show The Simple Life together. But that all changed when it was alleged that Nicole played Paris's leaked adult tape at one of her parties for all of the guests to see. Obviously, there's no coming back from a move like that, and they were enemies in the years that followed. While this incident was never confirmed by either party, this betrayal seems to be the reigning theory as to what happened between them and why they had such a big falling out. The only time Paris really spoke about their falling out was during an interview where she said, quote, "It's no big secret that Nicole and I are no longer friends. Nicole knows what she did, and that's all I'm ever going to say about it." Based on that, it kinda seems like the rumors are true. Halfway number 5, Gwyneth Paltrow. These two were once really good friends, so close they even lived together at one point. But everything ended once their careers got involved. Apparently both the ladies auditioned for the lead role in Shakespeare in Love, but Paltrow ended up snagging the role and then even went on to win Best Actress at the Oscars. It was even rumored that Paltrow only got the role because she stole the script from Winona when she saw it on their coffee table. Paltrow piled on the hate even more after Winona got in some trouble with the law for shoplifting. Paltrow wrote in a blog at that time, quote, "Back in the day I had a frenemy who was pretty hell-bent on taking me down. I restrained myself from fighting back. I tried to take the high road. But one day I heard that something unfortunate and humiliating happened to this person, and my reaction was deep relief and happiness." So clearly their relationship is still as bad as ever. In at number 4, Lauren Conrad. Heidi and Lauren were reality TV royalty back in the early 2000s when they starred in the hit show The Hills. Not only were they co-stars, they were also best friends. But in 2007, the friendship ended when Heidi Montag and her boyfriend Spencer Pratt spread a rumor that Conrad made an explicit tape with her boyfriend Jason. After the rumor was spreading like wildfire, Conrad commented on her website denying the rumors of a tape. In season 3 of The Hills, the fight about this topic came to a head, and the women got physical in one of the most epic reality TV fights of all time. It's still a sore spot for the entire cast.
Number 3, Anna Delvey and Rachel Williams. Con artist Anna Delvey would ultimately ruin her friend Rachel Williams' life when the two would travel to Morocco for a trip with friends, resulting her friend to set up a sting operation against her. Anna would later be sentenced to prison for 4 to 12 years for grand larceny. She defrauded hotels, restaurants, a private jet, and banks out of thousands while living a lavish lifestyle in New York. The star got away with it for so long because she was able to convince her friends and others that she was a wealthy German heiress. One of Anna's victims was her best friend at the time, Rachel Williams. After Rachel was wooed by Anna for months with expensive dinners, night outs, and designer shopping trips, their friendship came to a dramatic end following a trip to Morocco back in May of 2017. Williams would then be left with a $62,000 credit card charge that would be split across 2 credit cards. While Anna assured her friend she would pay her back, the debt was never repaid, and Rachel would later go to police to unravel her friend's story. With one of the cards being Rachel's work credit card, Anna almost made her friend lose her job, and her friend's life started to spiral out of control. Luckily for Rachel, after the credit company learned of the case, they refunded the card and she didn't lose her job. She's since gone on to write a book called My Friend Anna, which she highlights how she met Anna and how everything happened. Number 2, we have Ellen DeGeneres and Anne Heche. Anne was one of the biggest upcoming actresses in the 1990s before her career was transformed when she revealed she was in a romantic relationship with Ellen DeGeneres. When the two would split, Ellen would go on to say she broke up with the star because the star wanted money and Ellen just wanted to find love. When going public with her relationship with Ellen, it was frowned upon Hollywood at the time and her acting career dried up. What made matters worse is that when the pair broke, it was widely documented across the media. The breakup impacted Anne, and just one day after their split, she was actually placed in a psychiatric unit. What's even more crazy is how the star ended up there. Anne was driving in the desert and knocked on a stranger's home. When the stranger welcomed her in, the homeowner ultimately decided to call the cops. When the cops arrived, Anne told deputies that God was going to take everyone back to heaven in a spaceship. And then the star was taken to hospital and admitted into psychiatric unit and remained there for a couple of hours before being released. At number 1, we have Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian. Rob Kardashian has come a long way since 2013. However, his split with Blac Chyna would send the star off on another downward spiral. When the star first got to the hospital, he wanted to make changes to his life, and he eventually found his way to start a relationship with Blac Chyna. The star would then say Chyna for him got him out of his darkest moments. However, she would soon become his darkest moment. With the waters becoming rocky with their relationships and public altercations with Rob, it would soon send the Kardashians Kardashian brother back to his old ways. With the two arguing more, the more the star got depressed. Khloe came out to say he would go missing and hide, and Khloe expressed she didn't want Rob to live that life anymore. Ultimately, Rob took a 2-year break from his family's show to focus on his health, and his mother Kris Jenner would then come out to say that it was a perfect time for her son to take a break. He was tired and wasn't feeling good, and the family just wanted him to feel better, and that wasn't going to happen with him on the show. After a 2-year break, Rob would then come out with an apology and would say he was embarrassed by some of the things he did to himself, his family, and that he was truly sorry for it. He also made an apology to Blac Chyna.
At number 10, Amber Heard and Kate James. Amber Heard lost a friend due to her actions towards Johnny Depp and her disregard for others. The actress's former friend and assistant Kate James exposed her for her hurtful actions on multiple occasions. During the libel case between Johnny Depp and The Sun publication, we saw testimonies from several people who were close to the couple, but none came close to that of Amber's ex-assistant Kate James. Kate went on record and said that Johnny was mentally and physically hurt by Amber during the time that she worked with her between 2012 and 2015. She also went on to disclose how the beginning of Amber and Johnny's relationship went, saying that Amber would, quote, speak in disparaging terms about him and would say things that she was, quote, dating an old man. Kate also went on to expose how Amber would copy Johnny's lifestyle. She commented on the fact that upon beginning their relationship, Amber would start behaving weirdly in comparison to her true personality. She also went on to say that Amber, quote, went through an odd change that almost morphed her into a version of Depp. Kate really exposed Amber for who she was behind the scenes, being that they spent so much time together. She did not hold back, especially after being betrayed by her when Amber retold a traumatic story from Kate's life and pawned it off as if it was her own. This friendship was super toxic and ended badly. At number 9, Gwyneth Paltrow and Winona Ryder. Gwen and Winona were once really good friends, and they were seen out tons of times and even lived together at one point. They were two peas in a pod, but everything ended because of their competitiveness when it came to a Hollywood role. Apparently, both of the ladies auditioned for the lead role in Shakespeare in Love, but Gwyneth ended up snagging the role, and then even went on to win Best Actress at the Oscars for the role. It was a big victory for Gwen, but a gut punch for Winona. Then years later, when Winona was going through some rough times and she was busted for shoplifting, Gwen took a dig at her, writing in a newsletter saying, quote, back in the day I had a frenemy who was pretty hell-bent on taking me down. I restrained myself fighting back. I tried to take the high road, but one day I heard something unfortunate and humiliating that happened to this person, and my reaction was deep relief and happiness, end quote. They were so close, but Hollywood just got the best of them, and the toxicity of the industry took them down. Before we carry on talking about those celebrity friendships that crashed and burned, I just want to take a quick moment to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also consider subscribing to the channel to see more videos like this one. At number 8, Taylor Swift and Kim K. Here's a case of on and off again frenemies that just got really messy. So back in 2016, there was some beef between Taylor Swift and Kanye. Basically, Taylor said that she was really upset about some lyrics that Kanye had included in one of his songs that he had released at the time. She told fans that she never heard those lyrics and that she never approved of them, but Kim sensed something a little fishy about Taylor. The singer and their Kardashian West had only just reconciled after the whole VMA debacle, but it seemed like their friendship wasn't built to last since Kim decided to expose Taylor for lying about the lyrics. Kim shared a video that she had secretly recorded of Kanye on the phone with Taylor sharing lyrics to his song, and when he involved her name in them, she said it was a compliment and that she approved, even calling him a friend for sharing. Kim doesn't always get involved in Kanye's drama, but when she does, she has receipts and you know she's gonna share them. On top of that, Taylor obviously made a song about their friend breakup and dished about the whole situation, so I guess in a way they both betrayed each other.
Number 6, the Kardashian family and Scott Disick. Scott Disick is blaming the Kardashian family, well, actually the Kardashian curse for his recent downward spiral, claiming that his excessive partying is a result to the rumor curse. If you don't know what the Kardashian curse is, it's allegedly a run of bad luck experienced by any man who is romantically involved with a Kardashian woman. Men like Scott Disick and many more have been rumored to have been touched by the curse. However, Scott's recent behavior is now being linked to his failed relationship with Kourtney Kardashian and how the family has exiled him from recent family gatherings. Scott believes that Kourtney was the only steady thing in his life, and now that the two have split for good, he doesn't see a good reason to stay on the right track any longer. With Scott being left out of family events, he has addressed his concerns to the family that he feels hurt because they were the only family he had left. The family ultimately ignored Scott's Scott's plea and asked him how he would feel about seeing Travis and Courtney. Scott ultimately said, "I would rather be around them than not." The family has continued to leave Scott out, and Scott has continued to spiral out of control. Number 5. Jeffree star and Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson disappeared from the internet, growing backlash after his career began to fumble due to his friend Jeffree Star. Now, both have been sparking many controversies over the past decade. However, when the two stars' past came back to haunt them for allegedly making racist comments and for the sexualization of minors, both stars started to spiral downward because of their friendship. While both stars have come forward saying they don't want to be the villain anymore, Shane had a lot to say. By owning up to his actions, he said he didn't always look into history and that's why it was so wrong. Ultimately, he could see why people were so upset with his actions and that he's truly sorry that he was willing to even lose everything. In addition to his apology, he also apologized to James Charles by saying he didn't deserve anything that happened to him. Dawson also noted that he literally put so much hate onto the internet over the last 15 years, and it wasn't the person he wanted to be. While Shane came out to address the apology, Jeffree Star chose to stay silent and disappeared from the internet. Number 4. Tati Westbrook and James Charles. The feud between Tati Westbrook and James Charles broke headlines, and James's career started to fumble. When James posted to his Instagram with Sugar Bear vitamins so he could upgrade his tickets at Coachella to an artist pass, Tati wasn't having it and was extremely upset with her friend and how he could betray her. Tati is a direct competitor to Sugar Bear Hair, as she owns her own supplement line called Halo Beauty, which James refused to promote because he felt uncomfortable promoting it to his younger followers. In a post, Westbrook threw shade at James, saying he will use anyone he needs to use. Not long after, James came to his story to defend his actions by saying Sugar Bear Hair helped him with the security at the festival when the crowd became unsafe. He also mentioned it was never about competition and he always supported Tati both online and off like she's always done for him. However, James' apology wasn't enough, as early in May of 2019, Tati posted her own video titled "Bye Sister," which slams James Charles for a number of allegations, including the gummy bear incident. The video went on to tarnish James's career, and essentially more started to come out about the star and their past indiscretions with him. Since, James has been trying to rebuild his career in Hollywood, but hasn't been successful as of yet.
At number 4, Little Mix. On October 8th of this year, former Little Mix member Jessie Nelson released her music video for her song Boys featuring Nicki Minaj, and this ended up causing a lot of drama. After the video dropped, backlash ensued as viewers immediately started speculating on whether or not Jessie was deliberately trying to portray herself as a black woman for content, and people started calling her out for blackfishing. In the Boys video, fans pointed out that Jessie was using a lot of black-centric aesthetics, most notably a darker tan, but with this blackfishing controversy came more drama as people started looking into Jessie's past with Little Mix. Soon, one of the girl group's members came forward to say that she had actually warned Jessie about blackfishing and how it's wrong, but Jessie still did it anyway, and she even went so far as to claim that no one had ever commented on it until this video came out. This caused people to take a deeper look into Jessie's falling out with the group and the toxic friendships that they had. The downfall of Little Mix became a hot topic for a while, with people taking sides, but the bottom line is that all of this ended badly for everyone and no one came out on top. At number 3, Heidi Montag and Lauren Conrad. Heidi and Lauren were the it girls of reality TV back in the early 2000s when they starred in the hit show The Hills, but in 2007 their friendship ended when Heidi Montag and her boyfriend Spencer spread a rumor that Lauren made an explicit tape with her boyfriend Jason. After the rumor started spreading through entertainment news like wildfire, Lauren decided to come forward about everything and commented on her website, writing, quote, "We did not make a tape. Jason and I are both shocked and hurt that people would say such horrible things about us. I can't believe that somebody would go to such great lengths to try and damage my reputation." End quote. This situation got even worse when Lauren still had to shoot season 3 of The Hills, and that season is where the fight came to a head and there was an epic fight on camera between the reality TV stars. This fight was so bad that it still triggers some people, showing that this falling out was as bad as they come. At number 2, Zayn Malik and Perry Edwards. Yes, Zayn and Perry were in a relationship, but they were friends too, at least until the toxicity came in and ruined everything. The couple had started dating in 2012 and were engaged in 2013, but things soon turned sour after, and there's been a lot of hate in the mix there too. At first, when news of their split broke, there was little to no information about it other than reports that Zayn had asked Perry to move out of the house that they had shared together, and neither one of them were really talking about what happened between them. But things got heated when Zayn retweeted a tweet that said retweet for Fifth Harmony's Worth It or favorite for Little Mix's Black Magic. Instead of vote for his ex-girlfriend's music group, he voted for her competition, and fans immediately started the hashtag #ZaynHasNoChill. Soon enough, Perry bounced back from the breakup and said things in her song Shout Out to My Ex about Zayn. The end of their relationship was messy to say the least, and a lot of people got roped into the drama, which just fueled the negativity surrounding the whole situation.
In at number 9, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is famously managed by Scooter Braun, who has become the it guy in Hollywood for managing talent. Braun started managing Justin when he was only a preteen, so Scooter has grown up as a father figure to Justin. Scooter has opened up on a few occasions about Justin's dark past and has exposed how close to death that Justin actually was during his substance struggles. During one interview, Scooter said, quote, "I thought he was going to go to sleep one night and that he would have so much crap in his system that he would not wake up the next morning." Apparently, Braun's manipulation of Justin is what might have saved him, telling BuzzFeed News in April of 2019, quote, "Justin, when he got healthy, he was like, man, there were times where you were manipulating me that made me really upset. But now I realize you were only doing it to help me."
At number 7, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were the best of friends at one point, practically inseparable, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, and by the Fire Nation, I mean Nicole. Nicole decided to allegedly expose Paris and play her adult film at one of her parties. Their friendship pretty much crashed and burned at that point, leaving the two of them at odds. While this incident was only speculation and rumors, and it was never confirmed by either party, this portrayal seems to be the reigning theory as to what happened between them and why they had such a big falling out, because they stopped speaking to each other and they were no longer seen in public together, and something serious had to have happened for these BFFs to have such a falling out. The only time Paris really spoke out about her breakup with her bestie was during an interview where she said, quote, "It's no big secret that Nicole and I are no longer friends. Nicole knows what she did, and that's all I'm ever going to say about it." End quote. At number 6, Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker. When Sex and the City was at its peak, everyone just pretty much assumed that the leading ladies were all best friends because they looked so close on TV, but we found out later that this was definitely not the case. After the third movie was taken off the table because of Cattrall's refusal to do the film, this is when the truth of the matter started to show. But the feud really came to a head after Cattrall's brother passed away, and Sarah Jessica Parker wrote a message of condolence to her former colleague on social media. Cattrall was not having it and clapped back to Sarah Jessica Parker's message by writing, quote, "Your continuous reaching out is a painful reminder of how cruel you really were then and now. Let me make this very clear. You are not my friend. So I'm writing to tell you one last time to stop exploiting our tragedy in order to restore your nice girl persona." End quote. This made it clear that there was a lot of built-up tension between them. Cattrall has addressed the fight numerous times, saying that the mean girl culture of the show is really what destroyed it.
In at number 2, Rihanna. Rihanna and Katy Perry used to be the best of friends and were constantly seen out together, but that all changed when men got involved. Apparently, the long friendship ended after Rihanna decided to get back with Chris Brown, who we know treated her horribly. Of course, an incident like that would worry any good friend. After Rihanna went back with him, Perry told Marie Claire, quote, "I didn't reach out to her after that incident." But Katy is not the only one that threw some shade. After Katy got flack for dating John Mayer after her divorce, Rihanna commented on that relationship, telling The Observer, quote, "Katy Perry can date anyone she wants. I could never give relationship advice to anybody." Clearly, the subtext of that is her dating Chris Brown. But that's not all. It seems that Katy might have even tried to mend things when she said Rihanna is one of her dream American Idol judges. But Rihanna savagely responded to this saying, quote, "I don't know, depends how bored I am." And finally at number 1, Kylie Jenner. This is another story of a man getting in between friends. Kylie Jenner and Jordan Woods were besties since childhood, and they grew up doing practically everything together. They even lived together as adults, and Jordan starred in Kylie's reality series, Life of Kylie. Their relationship even gave Jordan employment opportunities with the family, including modeling opportunities with Khloe's clothing line. But that all changed after Jordan hooked up with Tristan Thompson, Khloe's baby daddy and boyfriend at the time. The whole thing was an absolute mess, and as a result, Jordan was cut from the family, including a friendship with Kylie. Jordan ended up going on Red Table Talk and claimed that the interaction she had with Tristan was small, but Khloe called her a liar on Twitter and claimed it was much more. She even blamed her for breaking up her family. Since then, Kylie and Jordan's relationship has not recovered, and Kylie now has a new best friend named Stassi.